What is going on, people? I am Jada Black here. I am back with another podcast. Make sure that y'all like it, share it, talk about it, tell people about it at your job. Just make sure that you get these videos shared so other people can see them. Okay. Now I have a couple of topics here that I'm going to speak about. Okay. Now, the first one is the one that a lot of y'all have been asking me to speak about. And reportedly, Blac Chyna is expecting her first child with her 18-year-old boyfriend, YBN Almighty J. Okay. I spoke about it in the stream that I did last night. And it just shows me, and this is according to US Magazine here. Shout out to Crazy Chick for sending me this. This just shows y'all that these chicks are willing to leave a trail of baby fathers in order to keep themselves as relevant as possible. I mean, look at the boyfriends that these particular thizots are having. Blac Chyna, Amber Rose. I mean, Amber Rose was recently dating a 22-year-old. Now Blac Chyna is dating an 18-year-old, and she is allegedly pregnant by him. Okay, now the article says that according to page 6, reports that the couple met on Christian Mingle, and Jay told No Jumper last month he don't wear condoms. So we have a young black man saying he doesn't wear condoms. This is the problem with black men, especially a lot of these younger guys. They're out here and they're having unprotected sex with these females, getting them pregnant, and they're wondering why they're on child support so frequently, and they're dealing with that drama. It's because they're out here getting up in these chicks unprotected, and they're having children by these chicks. Okay, and they're totally unprepared for fatherhood. Now he says, I would not want to F a bitch. I did not want to get pregnant. The rapper reportedly said, if Chyna got pregnant, I would keep that shit like, ooh, daddy love you, I love that ass. Blac Chyna, who's 29, confirmed her relationship with the rapper on March 1st, 3 days after they were first spotted together at Penn's Bowling Alley in Los Angeles. The former Rob and Chyna star shares 5-year-old son King Cairo with ex-boyfriend Tyga and 17-month-old Dream with ex-fiance Rob Kardashian. And here you have YBN Almighty J getting with her because he doesn't know any better. You can tell there's no father figure there. There's no big brother, no uncle, no dad to really sit him down and say, listen, man, you can't be wifing chicks like this. You cannot be having unprotected sex with chicks like this, okay? This chick is known to sleep around, okay? This chick made a minute-long sex tape, and you're having unprotected sex with this female. So the last bar owner has been involved in a legal battle with Kardashian and his family since July of 2017. The former couple's tumultuous relationship took a turn for the worse when the Arthur George sock designer accused Chyna of cheating on him and shared explicit photos of her on social media. As a result, Chyna filed a restraining order against Kardashian. We've all seen how that drama with Rob has played out. People tried to warn him and tell him, listen, don't get involved with this particular female. But he got involved with her anyway. Okay, these guys think they're intelligent. They think they can control the situation, but they don't. And they end up, like him, with her as his baby's mother. Okay, let's see. The former model, they should have put former stripper, but the former model then filed a second lawsuit against Kardashian after the cancellation of Rob and Chyna. First off, how are you going to continue to do the show if you're not dating Rob? The second suit included his family, Kim, Courtney, and Khloe, Kris, Kendall, and Kylie. Chyna eventually dropped the suit against Khloe, Courtney, Kendall, and Kylie. Kim, Kris, and Rob responded to her filing in December and claimed that Chyna's restraining order was to blame for the cancellation of the E! reality series. Because remember, Kris Jenner is the executive producer of it. Chyna also recently made headlines for an altercation at Six Flags Magic Mountain in Valencia, California on Easter Sunday, where she was seen throwing a stroller, and for her decision to let Dream wear pink hair extensions. And this is the woman Young Almighty J allegedly you're going to have as your baby's mother. See, this is exactly what happens again when you don't have a real father figure there. You tend to think that all women have redeemable qualities. She doesn't have those, dude. This chick may win Thought of the Year for the second straight year. She's definitely, I'm putting her name in there for nominations. I know we're only in May, but you got to put her name in there if she is pregnant by this 18-year-old. Because remember, when she met Rob, this dude was 16. He was 16-year-old when she met Rob for the first time. And she is choosing to live a life of thottery. They're putting in the article that she was an ex-model. I mean, did she really stop being an Instagram model? If that's what if they want to claim that's what she is, because I thought she was a stripper. But anyway, I just feel like this is a situation that is not going to end well for the Young Almighty J. Okay, because he's going to be just one of a couple of her baby's fathers who she milks for as much as she can get from him. And just because you think that she's with you, you're in control of that situation, I highly doubt that, bro. But y'all can let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on it. Now let's talk about this Kanye West Charlemagne the God interview. Okay, I may end up doing some more analysis of it, but I just want to speak on it. I truly, when I looked at this, I looked at the whole interview, the whole 1 hour, 45-minute interview. It was very riveting. I could not stop watching it. You know, some videos that are that long, you can't really watch the whole thing. But I felt invested in it because of all the things that Kanye West has been saying. Okay. And he made some interesting points. He talked about what happened with the meltdown, with him being hospitalized. He talked about how they took all his friends away. You know, they basically whisked him away with none of his friends with him. How he was in this hospital, how he was drugged out of his mind. How he felt like he had let black people down. You know, he was sitting in the hospital at UCLA. He said that he felt like the black people there looked at him as if he had disappointed them. You know, he talked about how, you know, he wants to find success outside the music industry because he says the music industry is crazy, for lack of a better term, and that if you get caught up in it, you'll be touring for the rest of your life. And he says it's better to find, you know, passions that you can find financial success in, rather than just staying in the music industry, because what's going to happen is if you don't own anything, you're going to be touring for the rest of your life. And I find that very interesting because that's what you see a lot of artists end up doing. They end up touring for a long time because they don't own anything. They didn't find any passions outside of the music industry. It was all about music. And you get these 360 deals, you know, and you end up not making any money, you know. They talked about Donald Trump, and Kanye West spoke about the fact that he may not be in agreement of how Trump goes about things, maybe some of his rhetoric, but he does like the fact that Trump speaks his mind and shows him that he can do anything, you know. And Charlemagne tried to push the issue because Charlemagne is one of these industry guys. He's industry. He's lamestream, and he feels like everybody should think alike. Everybody should have the same mindset. Everybody should want to blame everything on a system, on everybody else, even though they're successful, but they want you to feel a sense of victimhood, you know. And Kanye he's like, screw all this victimhood nonsense, and you know, let's talk about being successful. Let's talk about achieving, you know. So overall, I thought the interview was pretty good. They went to different locations. They started off, I believe that was his house, and they ended up, where were they? They were in I don't know if it was a painting shop or whatever. And then they went to where they were walking, or an area of the house where it looked like paintings, but I can't think of the background visuals right now. It was in this room, different room. They was standing up talking to each other. And then the last scene of the interview, they were walking outside during the sunset. on his 300 acres of land. Kanye West has 300 acres of land, but y'all say he's crazy. Yeah, he's crazy, but he has 300 acres of land. I'm going to keep saying it because I know it pisses off some of y'all. Some of y'all get upset when I say that because y'all want to believe that, you know, Kanye West is just all crazy, you know, him wearing the Make America Great Again hats, and y'all want to think that for some reason he's wrong in his rhetoric. I think people need to understand something, man. When it comes to Kanye West and the fact that he is, you know, putting the foundations and promoting his newest album, that he is going to, you know, he's not going to just, you know, promote. He's going to go out of his way to become a trending topic, you know, and that's what he has become. He is a trending topic. No matter what he does now, it's going to be trending. And you don't think that Kanye West likes that, you know? Also in the interview, he talked about how he lost confidence, you know, and people, even Charlemagne was taken aback by that, you know, and that was some real honesty because Kanye has always been known as a very confident guy, confident in his abilities, confident in things that he does and says. And I think that was just different hearing him basically say, listen, I lost confidence in myself. I was at a very low point, and I can understand why, you know. You know, you have the quote unquote meltdown, you hospitalize, you put on some weight, you know, and you feel like you're not as relevant. You know, he talked about that too. He talked about how he had a fear of not being relevant, how radio was playing everybody else's songs, a lot on the radio, but they weren't playing, you know, very many of his songs a lot on the radio, and it bothered him. And I think a lot of these artists, not just Kanye, you have a lot of these artists who've been in the game for a long time, who've been relevant for a long time. They have a fear of being irrelevant. They have a fear of fading away and no one really caring about them. And I think Kanye has a fear of that. He has a fear of not being relevant. This is why he married Kim K, because he wants to stay as relevant as possible, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Even saying, hey, let's make America great again. I know it's going to piss some of y'all off, but yeah, overall, I thought it was a solid interview. The visuals were very good. I thought the dialogue was very good. You know, Charlemagne did a decent job. I think Kanye was very honest. You know, so if y'all haven't seen that interview, I highly suggest you go and check it out. Let's talk about something else, man. Let's talk about Drizzy Drake and Kendrick Perkins. Well, y'all know the Cavs had a game with Toronto Raptors, and Drake likes to be on the sidelines of the Raptor games running his mouth, okay, writing checks his ass really can't cash, because if he really got into it as physically with Kendrick Perkins, we all know how that would have ended. So he's going back and forth with Kendrick Perkins, and you know, it's always interesting seeing Drake do these things for attention. Now people look at Drake and they see all these things that he does, you know, all these events, he goes to these games and he sort of has access to being around all these athletes and entertainers. You would say, well, he's living a cool life. But at the same token, you can't be on the court, dude, talking trash to the other team when they're trying to win a playoff game. And the Cavs are struggling. The Cavs are struggling, you know. No matter how well LeBron James plays, they've been struggling. And when you got Drake running his mouth, you know, again, writing checks, you know his ass can't cash. His fist can't cash. You know, he's calling Kendrick Perkins a pussy, and Kendrick Perkins basically telling him to sit his ass down. You know, we're not here to see you play. You're just hopping up and down, hyping, trying to, I guess you're the hype man for the crowd, you know, and your team hasn't won anything, but you're out there, you know, talking trash to players. Now, Kendrick Perkins isn't playing. He's riding the bench. But at the same token, he's still a player on the other team. And when you got the other player verbally, you know, going at people, you want to respond, you know. But Drake does need to let it go. No one cares that he's a rapper because None of those guys do, because all those guys are famous. All those guys have money. Some of those guys may have more money than Drake, you know. And I think that dude needs to stay off the court. Nobody's really there to see him, and he needs to realize that. Okay. So y'all let me know what y'all think on that. And shout out to everybody for tuning in. Comment on all 3 topics. Make sure you like the video, share it. Make sure you continue to donate to the platform. Send topics. You know, the link is in the description. Not links, but the email is in the description box. Make sure y'all take a look at that. Send topics there. And I'll see y'all